Good evening, sports fans from the Sherwood Center and George Ball Court here on the campus of Whitman College, where we have Whitman men's basketball tonight for you. I'm Jay Kratulis, filling in for the inimitable Jimmy Hill, who is unavailable tonight. So if you've been watching Whitman volleyball, you may recognize my voice. But I grew up in the great state of Indiana, so I know this sport with balls and baskets a little bit. And I can't say I don't wish I wasn't home watching a rather important football game tonight, but I'm with you instead to call this game between the Whitman Blues and the Belhaven University Blazers out of Jackson, Mississippi. All right, we're about 4 minutes from tip-off here in Sherwood Center. Looking at the two teams we've got, both teams struggling to find some traction so far this season. The Blues at 3-4 on the season, and the Blazers sitting at 2-7. Both teams showing a lot of balanced scoring. Each team 4 double-digit scorers, no single dominant scorer. The Blues with Sharanitz, Fotu, Efeishik, and Lazarevich all averaging over 10 points a game. And for the Blazers, you've got Robinson, Dame, Stewart, and Jones all scoring more than 10 a game. Most notable is the pace with which the Blazers play. They're averaging almost 17 points a game more than the Blues. And they shoot, looks like 16 field goal attempts more per game than the Blues. They're shooting 75 shots a game versus 59 shots a game for the Blues. Both teams kind of struggling to find their accuracy overall in the season. Neither team shooting particularly well from three-point range. The Blues at 27.5% on the season, and the Blazers at 24.8% on the season. Both teams probably would like to be seeing better percentages at the free throw line. The Blues at 63.4%, Blazers at 67.4%. Both teams get to the free throw a fair amount. Blues averaging over 19 free throws a game, and the Blazers averaging 27 free throw attempts per game. And as fast as they play on offense, I expect we're going to see the Blazers play some havoc on defense as well. They're averaging 11.2 steals a game. That's over 4 steals a game more than the Blues. And they turn their opponents over a lot. They average quite a few. They average almost 17 turnovers a game, but they're turning their opponents over almost 20 times a game. So expect to see a lot of ball pressure and a lot of havoc. We're going to take a quick break and be back with you in just a moment with the starting lineups, and then we will be ready for play here at the Sherwood Center. So thanks for tuning in. We'll be back in just a moment. And welcome back to the Sherwood Center, where we're ready for play here in Walla Walla. First, the starting lineups. Starting off for the visiting Belhaven Blazers. Starting at one guard, number 2, Dan Robinson, a 6'2 junior out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Another guard, Braylon Dame, 6'3", freshman from Moulton, Alabama. Another guard, Benjamin Stewart, 6'3", guard, senior out of Madison, Alabama. Forward, Christian McGahan, a 6'6 junior from Shreveport, Louisiana. And in the middle will be number 34, Neil Terry, a 6'7 senior from Olive Branch, Mississippi. Starting for the Blues tonight will be one guard, Marcel Elisagare, a 6'1 sophomore from Pacific, California. Ale Efe Ishik, a 6'4 junior from Bursa, Turkey. And number 30, Ken Higgins, a 6'3 sophomore from here in Walla Walla, Washington. Ken's first start of the season. And then Sarp Gukberk, a 6'4 first year out of Antalya, Turkey. And Jacob Fotu in the middle, 6'6 forward, sophomore out of Auckland, New Zealand. So the international contingent well represented here in the Blues lineup tonight. The Blazers are coached by first-year head coach Boomer Roberts and assisted by Jonathan Comer. The Blues, of course, are coached by head coach John LaManna, assisted by Ethan Engelman, Sean James, and Adam Berg. And a shout-out to the student managers Jackson Unk and, Sagi Batbatar. There we go. So we're excited. A little shuffling in the starting lineup for Coach LaManna tonight. Trying to mix things up. Blues took a tough loss 2 nights ago, Thursday night, here against Mary Hardin Baylor, dropping that game 90-75. So looking to turn things around, find the home success here in the Sherwood Center that the Blues are accustomed to. Teams huddle up for final instructions here. And we will be ready to play. The Blazers going to make my job difficult with the low contrast uniforms. A little hard to read the numbers from here, but I will do my best to get things right for you. Fotu, of course, to jump for the Blues against, looks like Neil Terry for the Blazers. Terry has an inch on Jacob, but Jacob has about 100 pounds on Terry, so it'll be interesting to see how the battle in the post shapes up. If Whitman can take advantage of that, certainly that mass advantage. And the tip controlled by the Blazers, and they'll dribble to the left side. Robinson centers it, swing to the right, dribbled up top, pass in the high post. He drives, shut down nicely. Kick out and drive. Stewart shoots over Fotu and takes the early 2-0 lead. Little full court press here from the Blazers. Little quick trapping zone press, but the Blues able to break it. Good ball movement there. Gukberg dribbles up top, gets the ball back to Efe Ishik up top. He'll dribble right. He'll look down low to Fotu, who's open, and puts it up with the right hand. In nice use of the little baby hook there from Jacob. The Blazers fast down the floor, no press from the Blues. Settling into their half-court man-to-man. Kick there by Elisagare, out of bounds. Ball stays with the Blazers. They'll have it out under the basket. Robinson will inbound for them. 4 straight across the baseline. Comes into Stewart. He dribbles against Gukberg, and he's able to put it down. 4 points now for Gukberg, or for Stewart, as he takes on Gukberg. Efe Ishik struggles to get the ball inbounds there, but he gets it back, and he'll bring it up on the dribble. Careful to avoid the trap. Safely across the timeline. Gukberg will center it up top. Now he's on the right side, dribbling back up top to Efe Ishik. Wide open, Elisagare for 3. Drains it. Wide open look there for Marcel, and the Blues lead 5-4. A soft man press from Elisagare. High post. Christian McGahan against Fotu, but he's called for the travel. And it's a turnover to the Blues. 5-4, Blues leading. Just under 2 minutes here into the first half. Efe Ishik inbounds to Guckberg. He'll bring it up. Elisagare crosses the timeline, gets it back on the left wing. Efe Ishik drives the lane, left hand off the glass. Beautiful drive. Fotu moving wide out left. Really opened the lane for the drive there by Ali. Blues now a little switching on the D. Nice board there by Efe Ishik. Quick outlet to Elisagare. Oh, but he gets picked from behind. A lot of contact there, but no call from the refs. And it's back to the Blazers. Robinson drives. He kicks out. 3 on the way from Christian McGahan, and it's good for the Blazers. We've knotted it all up at 7 apiece. Trap there in the corner. Guckberg looks for Ken Higgins. They're unable to control, but it's deflected out of bounds off the Blazers, and the Blues will keep it. 5 seconds off the clock, though, and they'll have to work to get it across the timeline. That was a tough spot there for Guckberg to get the ball trapped in that corner. Lucky to get out of that intact. Blues running their screens, that's a tough pass to Ken Higgins, but he's got a clear shot across the timeline, and the Blues safely get it into there. And Ali up high, but he is fouled on the drive to the bucket as Cam Beverly, number 11, subbing into the game. Ali will go to the line, shooting free throws here. Some nice driving opportunities early in this one. Ali rubbing his hand a little bit there. He conked it off the metal. But we'll see Ali go to the line. Shooting 62% from the line this season. You would like to see that go up. First one drops, and it's 8-7 Blues. George Lazarevic preparing to sub in. He'll sub in for Guckberg. George, the leading volume three-point shooter so far, 14 out of 52 on the season. Not the highest percentage, but he's shooting a lot. Oh, nice job there by Ali, getting his own rebound, but is unable to finish the little putback, and it's over to the Blazers. It's DJ Jones now in the game for Belhaven. He'll drive right, stops, pass to the high post, almost knocked free by Marcel, and the kick left. And Benjamin Stewart drops one from the left wing for 3. Georgie not quite able to close out in time. Blues struggling to inbound the ball again, and it's going to be a 5-second call. That Belhaven press giving the Blues a little headache early on. We see Dan Robinson and Neil Terry check back in for Belhaven. And Dan Robinson will inbound it under the Blazers' basket. High on the left elbow. Dribble outside. It's DJ Jones now. He'll take it left off the screen. Good switch there by Jacob to prevent the drive. And now Cam Beverly will dribble out and then pass up top to Terry. Terry with the handoff. We're going to see a foul called on, I believe it's on Ken Higgins. Ken caught up in a screen and switch there, and a little too handsy for the refs' liking. Blazers out of bounds. First one foul apiece on each team. Another 3 up from Stewart, but that one doesn't drop. And a good board there by Lazarevic. He kicks it out to Ali. Ali gets it up the court to Ken Higgins. Higgins back to and up top to Marcel. Georgie back up top to Ali. He dribbles to the left elbow. Now the pass in the low post to Jacob, who kicks out to Ken Higgins for 3 on the way. And it's off the back iron, but Ken almost able to get his own rebound, but it's ripped away by a Blazer at the last second. Quick down the floor, driving to the hoop. Really nice body control there by Dan Robinson. The kiss off the glass puts down the fast break layup. Nice quick transition from Belhaven there. Again, this press is really good. A little push there, bails out the Blues, as that was not clean execution of the press break, and it's a foul on Dan Robinson for the Blazers, and we're at our first media timeout here. Tonight's games are being brought to you by Flow College, the essential destination for college conference partners in Division 1, 2, and 3, which packages event live streams and rich editorial content into one accessible product. It is the leader in streaming for Division 2 and 3 sports and the number one provider of women's sports at these levels with more than 9,000 games slated for the 2025-2026 season. With Flow College, subscribers have the most comprehensive and personalized access to select college conferences, schools, and teams across all leading web, mobile, and connected TV applications. So it's 12-8, Blazers with a 4-point edge at the first media break. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be back with you in just a few moments. And we're back here at the Sherwood Center, where it is Belhaven 12, Whitman 8. And it's Whitman ball side out here against this tough Belhaven press. Showing a little man-to-man press here. Blues able to break it easily. Guckberg back in the lineup for the Blues. He dribbles out right side. There's Bernard Desian as well, giving Jacob Fotu a break. Bernard in the low post. Doubled up. He's able to kick out to Mehmet Benner, who drops the three. Excellent kick out there by Bernard, and the three by Benner. Nice work there in the low post. Bernard is able to body up Neil Terry, prevents him getting the easy one. The three from Robinson is no good. Ali skies for the rebound. He's quickly doubled by this aggressive Blazer press, but they get it up the court successfully. They're using the length of Terry effectively on that press. Make it hard. No, nice pass fake there by Benner, but he can't get that three to drop, and it's back to the Blazers. Robinson dribbles up left side. Nice defense there by George. The advance pass to Guckberg, and he uses the shot fake nicely to let the defender sail by, converts for two, and the Blues take a 1-point lead. Jones dribbles left side, kicks back to Robinson. Robinson dribbles down the lane. He tries to make the tough pass across, and it's last out of bounds off of the Blazers. Braylon Dame ruled the last to touch it by the officials, and the Blues out of bounds on the sideline. Alil inbound again against this Blazer press. Long pass to George. Good call there. As we see Guckberg passes to nobody, unfortunately, and it's a turnover back to the Blazers. Blues on different pages there. Nice use of the hesitation there by Jones. Can't put the first one down, but it's converted nicely for Robinson. Blues really struggling against this press. Turn it over again. The kickoff. Dame dribbles center, tries to get the clever pass in, but it's to nobody, and it's out of bounds. And we've got another timeout called. It's a 30-second timeout called by Coach Lamanna. 13:34 left in the first half. Blues 13, Blazers 14. This will be a short one. The Blues' next game will be next Saturday, the 13th of December, here at the Sherwood Center against crosstown foe Walla Walla University. Action starts at 5 p.m. You can visit www.whitmanblues.com for viewing options. The Whitman women are on the road twice this week. On Wednesday, they will play at Walla Walla U. That's December 10th, and on Thursday they'll play at Lewis and Clark LC State in Idaho on Thursday, the 11th of December. So again, check WhitmanBlues.com for options to watch those games streaming. Or next Saturday, come to the Sherwood Center and see the Blues take on Walla Walla U. Blues ball under the basket here, under the Blazer basket. George Lazarevic will inbound with Braylon Dame face guarding him here as the Blazers have their press on once more. Little man-to-man press. Ali will take a runner live, but it'll be dribbled into Guckberg. Now Jacob with the pass immediately to Benner. Tough. Hard foul there on Ali as he's going up. I believe that was Benjamin Stewart got him. And they'll call that shooting, and Ali will go back to the line. He was definitely going up with the ball. Fotu back in the game for Desi at that timeout. Ali eyes the first, and it's good. All knotted up at 14. Ali will have one more. Ken Higgins waiting to sub in for Efe Ishik if he makes this second one, which he does. And Ali will get a breather as the Blues take a 1-point lead. Show a little light full court press to slow down the pace here of the Blazers just a little bit. Stewart inbounds to Robinson on the right side. He'll dribble up, avoid the trap, pass down to Dame. He kicks to the left side. That was Stewart. Three-pointer for Ben Stewart from the left side. And the Blazers coming out with a little bit of a hot hand. Passed into the trap again, but able to get it out there to Georgie, and Mehmet Benner will dribble it across the court, across the timeline. Benner gets the ball back. He's called for the travel. Got the feet going before the dribble, and it goes back to the Blazers. Robinson dribbles right side. He passes down low to Dame, who takes the wide open three, but it's short. Good rebound there by Guckberg. He's trapped in the corner. Someone's got to help him out, and there we go. Ken Higgins flashes open. George dribbles center, crosses the timeline, passes right wing to Guckberg, back up top to Georgie. In low to Jacob in the post, who puts up the nice soft touch over the front of the rim. It's 19-17 Blues. Robinson dribbles right again. He's stopped, kicked out, left wing. Stewart can't hit that one, but it's rebounded by Christian McGahan. McGahan kicks out to Dame, another three on the way. That one's short as well, and George Lazarevic brings that one down for the Blues. George passes out to Jacob, who turns around in time to see the ball coming his way. Benner, another three on the way, and it's good. Wide open. Excellent shot by Benner there. Blues 20, Blazers 17. Robinson dribbles right side. Nice cut there. Lost control of the ball. Scramble on the floor. Kicked out, but Dame controls. Now he loses control of the ball. Now it's in Jacob Fotu's hands. He outlets it to Ken Higgins. And George will hold things up, and Whitman will get their offense organized. Benner on the left corner. Fotu dribbles out. He kicks it to a cutting Ken Higgins. Ken in the lane. The nice pump fake to get the defender out of position and puts it in for two. Blues now 5-point leaders. Robinson dribbles up top. He passes to Wallace at the elbow. Wallace down low to Christian McGahan, who puts it in with ease on the left side of the lane. Long pass, breaking the press easily that time. Fotu was wide open. Benner gets it back. Still watch those steps. Ken Higgins gets it. Fotu on the right corner. He passes to Benner. He'll dribble to the right corner again. Wide open look for Benner. Doesn't fall, and it's rebounded by Charleston Wallace for the Blazers. Robinson dribbles, gets a nice pass to a cutting Braylon Dame, who draws the foul. And that'll be a shooting foul. That's called on Jacob Fotu. First personal on him, and we'll go to another media timeout. It is Blues 22, Blazers 19, and we'll be back to the Sherwood Center after this.
My name is Kane Ryan. I am a junior biochemistry, biophysics, and molecular biology major, and I am a fish culture technician at the CTUIR's Muscle and Lamprey Lab. I think growing up in the Pacific Northwest, just being surrounded by so many streams and lakes and river systems, and never really knowing what was going on in there always got me really curious and interested in what was happening below the surface. Pacific lamprey and freshwater mussels aren't considered species of interest by most organizations. We have the opportunity to study these species in way more depth than anywhere else in the world.
And welcome back to the Sherwood Center, where it's Whitman Blues 22, Belhaven Blazers 19, with just over 10.5 minutes left in half number one. Pretty evenly matched so far, pretty fast pace. Belhaven shooting 50% from the field, Blues shooting 8 for 12, 67% from the field. Blazers at the line, shooting 2 free throws, number 24, Braylon Dame. Dame knocks down the first. He'll have one more. And that one falls. Dame will take a break. Caleb King will come in. 6'2" sophomore from Olive Branch, Mississippi. And F.A. Ishik back in for the Blues. F.A. Ishik inbounds to Georgie. Tough ball knocked away there from Elisagare, and it's back to the Blazers. Boy, that defense is giving Blues some fits here. And that three by DJ Jones, and there's a foul called down low on Bernard Dessy. The shot is counted good, and the Blazers will keep the ball. That is a tough sequence for Whitman, as the Blazers will inbound it under their own basket. The bounce pass, good hand in there by Elisagare. Georgie picks up the loose ball. Long pass to Ken Higgins. He pulls up, and the Blues will set up their half-court offense. There's Bernard at the top of the key. He kicks left to Elisagare for the wide-open three, but it's long. Higgins in there to fight for the rebound, but it comes off to Cam Beverly for the Blazers. He can quick outlet pass to DJ Jones. Oh, and Bernard swats the layup from behind, but he's going to get called for another foul on that follow-up shot. And the slashing rebound there from the Blazers, and number 20, Zion Owens, will go to the line. 5'11" senior of Memphis, Tennessee. He's seeing his first minutes, and he'll shoot 2 free throws exactly halfway through this first half of play. That one falls, and it's 25-22 Blazers. (26-22) as he knocks down the second. Blues inbounding. F.A. Ishik gets it, inbounds to Georgi Lazarevic. He'll dribble across the court and then set things up. F.A. Ishik left wing, down low to Ken Higgins. Back up top to Ali. Georgie with the little pump fake and dribble. Kick left to Ken Higgins. 3 on the way. Short off the rim, and it's rebounded by Neil Terry for the Blazers. Tough pass there. Zion Owens made that one a tough catch there for Cam Beverly. That's out of bounds, back to the Blues. 26-22. Blazers continue to lead here, as Georgi Lazarevic will bring it in bounds. He finds Ali in the corner. He gets the ball back. And Marcel Elisagare brings it across the court for Whitman. Right side to Ali, up top to Bernard. Kick the left wing to Georgie. He Pump fakes, drives to the lane, gets whacked in the head. No call from the ref, but it's a good bucket there for Georgie. And the Blazers come up fast. Dribble right. Up top to Terry. Terry takes one dribble, passes off to the left wing. Hold there against Ken Higgins. Terry up top again, passes off to Zion Owens. He looks right. Nice drive there for Cam Beverly, but good defense by the Blues, and they take it back. No shot attempt. Georgie wide open from the right corner. No. Three doesn't fall for the Blues again, and it's back to the Blazers. Quick dribble up for Zion Owens. He goes to the bucket, but it's rejected by Georgia Nazarovich. It'll go out of bounds, but it'll stay with the Blazers. Whole flotilla of substitution there for the Blazers. I'm not even going to try to identify them all, but it looks like a four-player sub back to mostly the starters. A few exceptions. DJ Jones is still in there. Tough pass there to Benjamin Stewart. He dribbles baseline. Oh, but that kick out is intercepted by Georgie. Nice job. He was in the right place. He gets the ball back from Ali Efe-Ishik. The long pass to Ken Higgins. Nice job by Ken to control that one. And the Blues will set up. Down low to Jacob Fotu. He's got a size advantage there, and he works with the right hand, but it doesn't drop. And it comes off to Dame for the Blazers. He'll dribble up. Top of the key. Kicks right to Robinson. Robinson down low, working against Fotu, and Jacob does the job. Lots of hands in there. Nice job by Ken Higgins to maintain control of that. Get it out to Efe-Ishik. Ken gets the ball back. 2 seconds to get the ball across the court, and it's a 10-second violation. I think they ruled possession to, there was several seconds of possession there with Ken Higgins struggling to get rid of that ball in the lane, and I don't think the Blues were aware of that. It's going to be another media timeout. We'll be back in just a moment to continue. It's 26-24 Blazers.
Sarah Marshall. I'm a senior politics and environmental studies major, and I work with the Career and Community Engagement Center as the student leader for community partnerships. It has provided me with a lot of opportunities to work collaboratively with a diverse range of people. So as I look to my post-grad plans, I'm thinking a lot about nonprofit work and community building, community organizing, and I don't think that any of that would have been the direction I would have chosen without having this hands-on experience.
And welcome back to George Ball Court at the Sherwood Center, where the Whitman Blues trail the Belhaven Blazers 26-24 with 8 minutes left in the first half. The Blazers are a very high-energy team, man. They throw a lot at you fast. But the Blues, for the most part, handling it fairly well. Could use a few shots to drop. Blues are definitely getting open looks at the bucket. From three particularly, so they just need those to start falling. Blazers controlling the half court after the turnover by the Blues. Robinson dribbles right side, takes the tough fall away. It's slapped out of bounds, and Georgie's got a break for the easy jam, and it's all knotted up. Nicely done there by the Blues. Blazers quick back down the court to the cutting Benjamin Stewart. He's unable to finish. It's down low to Christian McGahan. He's working against Fotu. Travel there, absolutely. Too many steps by McGahan in the lane. Ref finally catches up with me and calls the turnover. Blues will inbound under the Blazer basket. Full court press is on. Long bomb to Fotu, and he gives the one-touch pass. Beautifully done to Sarb Gukberg. Nicely done by Whitman on that transition play. And the Blazers won a 30-second timeout to talk about that one. Visit www.whitmanblues.com for all of your up-to-date information on Whitman Athletics, including current team schedules and student-athlete features. Also follow Whitman Athletics on X, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. You can also be sure to head to the official team store for your favorite Whitman Athletics gear and accessories. Holiday sales await you, so shop now. Head over to www.whitmanathletics.com and click on the store link and start shopping. I'm wondering if that's a typo in my notes. I've never been to the URL whitmanathletics.com, so I won't second guess the folks who gave me this. But if that doesn't work for you, go to whitmanblues.com. All right, we come out of that 30-second timeout, and the Blazers will inbound the ball. They're now trailing by 2. That little spurt by Whitman. Robinson dribbles up top. He drives to the right elbow, pass down low to Benjamin Stewart, who gets the easy 10-footer from the right side. Benner back in. He inbounds to Fotu. Tough position there in the corner, but he gets the nice pass to the slicing Efe Ishik. Up top to Bennett. He gets the wide open 3. Benner, off the mark, and it's back to the Blazers. Nice shot fake there. Kick to the right side, back up top to Robinson. He'll dribble. Watch that arm there, pushing off Benner. He kicks out to Dame, and Dame knocks down the 3. And the Blazers now back in front, 31-28. Ali trying to inbound. He gets it to Guckberg. Another nice trap on there by the Blazers. That's looked to be a kick for me, but Benner gets it across the timeline with a few seconds to spare. He kicks right side to Georgi Lazarevic, who drains the wide open 3 to tie things up at 31. Blazers left wing, back up top to Robinson. He dribbles to the elbow, kicks it back out to Hayes Regard. Regard pass to McGann, back to Robinson at the top. Robinson holds, looks left. The long 3 on the way, and that catches nothing but some glass, and the rebound to Georgi. Georgi to Benner on the left wing. Benner dribbles, holds, dribbles up top. Kicks it to the right side to Lazarevic. Blocking foul called on Hayes Regard, 6'4" sophomore out of Lafayette, Georgia for Belhaven. Desi into the game for Fotu. Bernard picked up some early fouls there in his short stint earlier, but otherwise had some really nice plays. An excellent catch-up block on a fast break bucket. Bernard takes the inbound, gives it back to Ali. Ali up top to Georgi. Georgi to Guckberg. Guckberg across to the right side to Benner. Benner dribbles back to the top. We got a foul called down low. And they're going to call that on Braylon Dame for the Blazers as he's battling down low with Bernard. Blues will get it out of bounds with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Ali quick inbounds to Bernard. He gives it right back to Bernard down low. Oh boy, that pass to Guckberg, who gets it rejected by the Blazers, and they come down the court quickly. Zion Owens dribbles right. He passes to DJ Jones. Jones kicks out to Dame. Pass down low. That's Charleston Wallace with the 2. Blues looking to go fast, but the Blazers defend it well. The trap back on. Tough pass there to Benner, but he gets it across the court. He'll dribble right corner, right wing, back up top to the left. Pass to Bernard Desi at the top of the key. Bernard kicks in the right corner, and it's back out to the shoulder. 6 on the shot clock. Benner takes the long 3 and drains it. Mehmet Benner with another nice 3. The dribble by Dame to the baseline. Ali Efe Ishik with the great rebound. They're going to call a foul on Neil Terry of the Blazers there, fighting for, they're calling the reach in on Charleston Wallace. Wallace nailed for the personal. That's 6 on the Blazers. Blues will go to the line next foul. But for now, it'll be their ball out of bounds under the bucket. Georgi taking it out of bounds. They're not going to guard the inbounder. Extra body. Long pass to streaking Ale Efe Ishik, who's all alone under the bucket. Couple of pump fakes and puts in the easy deuce. Nice play there by Whitman. Caught the Blazers napping. As Belhaven brings the ball back up court. Blues in a little 2-3 zone now on the defensive end. Stifle this pace a little bit. Just got to watch those shooters. Good cutoff. Nice pass there by Terry. Ali Efe Ishik to the floor. It's a jump ball. Alternating possession will go back to Whitman. the 3-point lead and the ball with 4:09 left here in the first half. Marcel Elisagare back into the game for Whitman. Benner dribbles. Man-to-man press. Watching them trap, though. Benner does a good job to get the ball across. Almost gets it swiped, but is able to control it. Right side to Marcel. Marcel up top to Desi. Desi gets it to Georgi Lazarevic. Georgi holds it up top. Down low to Bernard. Struggles to control it, but regains control. Nice job there, not panicking. Oh, and the easy error there by the Blazers. Zion Owens looked to dribble up the court and didn't control the incoming pass. And it's out of bounds back to the Blues. Good sequence here for Whitman. But we'll have a media timeout here with the Blues leading 38-33, 3:44 left in the first half, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Welcome back to the Sherwood Center, where Whitman leads the Belhaven Blazers now 38-33 with 3:44 left here in the first half of play. Whitman really has to be happy right now with their shooting. They're shooting 60% from the field, 41, almost 42% from three, and 75% from the line on 4 attempts. They're holding the Blazers to 46.2, but they have hit 5 for 11 from three, well above their season average. So the Blazers' three-point shooting keeping them in the game, and they're 4 for 4 from the stripe. 12 turnovers against the Blazers. That's really hurting them at this point. 7 turnovers for the Blues, but 15 assists. 15 assists on 15 made field goals. That's remarkable for the Blues. Ali inbounds to Benner. Ali dribbles to the top of the key, looks to the left shoulder, and then kicks out to Benner for another three, and it's drained. Mehmet Benner just draining the threes right now. Blazers down to the low post. Kick back out. Right side to Stewart. He dribbles down, kicks out. Three on the way from Robinson, but it's short. And Marcel Elisagare will control for the Blues, and they'll bring it up the court. Ali dribbles across the timeline, right side. Looks to Bernard. Down low, Bernard, one dribble, kicks out to Ali. Down to Marcel, back to Bernard, but that pass a little out of his reach. And on the, oh no. Oh, okay, good. Robinson getting up. That was a tough fall. Georgi did not mean to undercut him, but he definitely did. Robinson went to the floor hard, but he gets up, shakes it off. Good work there by Lazarevic to quickly go over and for the little sportsmanship, make sure let him know there was no ill intent there, and hands are shaking, and the refs are going to talk about it just to make sure there's no enhancement on the call. We're all good. Robinson looks fine as he'll get ready to take the free throws. Jacob Fotu will come in, give Bernard Desi a break. Dan Robinson, 6'2" junior from Milwaukee, will shoot 2 free throws here, down 6. And dribbles, eyes the first. Oh, it's 1-1, excuse me, 1-1. That's was not a shooting foul, apparently. Rebounded. Oh, down low. Nice shot there by Christian McGahan, but unable to convert. And the Blues, close shot there, but Benner controls. Blazer coach wants a walk. Not going to get it. Elisagare dribbles high right. He passes to Fotu at the top of the key. Little mini weave back to Benner. Benner right side to Ali, who drives the lane, the left hand off the glass, and it doesn't drop. And it's rebounded by Christian McGahan for the Blazers. Blazers dribble, and it is tough pass there from Neil Terry, but it's controlled by the Blazers. Back down low, pass in the low post to Cam Beverly. He's unable to convert. Put back, no good for Christian McGahan. The Blues have the ball, but unfortunately go turn it over. A little sloppy turnover there for the Blues. Would like to have that one back. Inbound quickly across the timeline. Elisagare, he'll go to the rack. He's unable to knock it down. Tipped by Ali Efeishik. There's a scramble for the ball down on the court, and Dan Robinson comes away with it for the Blazers. Benner tries to slow things down. The three from the right wing is no good, and it's back to the Blues. Caleb King in the game now for the Blazers. He misses that long three. And the Blues on the right shoulder, down to the right corner for Ali. Attempted inlet pass for Fotu is knocked out of bounds by Cam Beverly, and it'll stay with the Blues. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Blues lead 41-37. Elisagare will inbound for the Blues. Hebert gets it to Fotu down low. Jacob dribbles against two Blazers. Terry comes skying in for the block, but they're going to call a foul on the Blazers. And coach does not like that call for the Blazers. Coach Roberts giving the refs an earful, but doesn't matter. Fotu will shoot 2 free throws. First one off the back iron and no good. Remains 41-37 with 1:08 left in this first half of play. Jacob will have one more free throw. That one is also off the back right iron and is off to Zion Owens for the Blazers. Up the court quickly. Dame gets it on the left side. Back to Owens. Dame back on the left shoulder. He loses control. Back to Zion Owens. Owens down low to Neil Terry. Terry kicks it out to DJ Jones. His three, no good. Jacob Fotu controls the rebound. Good pass to Ali Efeishik. Down the quick court fast to Benner. Benner holds. Back up top to Ali. Left shoulder. Looking for Fotu in the post. Can't get it to him. Back to the right shoulder, and Benner takes his eye off that one and deflects out of bounds. It's a turnover. It'll go to the Blazers with 37 seconds left. Bernard Desi will come back in. Give Fotu a break. 41-37. Blues still lead by 4. As the Blazers will inbound here on the sideline. Quickly up the court. The long three. It falls for Ben Stewart. He turns around to face guard Elisagare. The inbound comes to Georgie. Oh, tough collaring of the foul to the neck there by Christian McGahan of the Blazers. And Marcel Elisagare will go to the free throw line, shooting a 1-and-1. 41-40. Blues 1-point leaders with Marcel. 1 plus the bonus here at the line with 19.3 seconds left in the first half of play. Marcel knocks the first one down, and he'll get a second. Guckberg back in for the Blues. More size in for defense here. Benner will sit down. Marcel knocks down the second one. The Blues take a 3-point lead. Robinson dribbles right side, facing a little trap here from the Blues, but he works through it. Blues go back into it. Looks like a little Little 2-3 zone here with Georgie stretched out way up high, almost a 1-1-3 zone. Now it falls into a regular. Wow, long three at the buzzer by Dan Robinson. Knocks it down to tie it up at half. So after the first half of play, it is Whitman 43, Belhaven 43. We'll be back in just a minute to look at first half statistics. Welcome back to the Sherwood Center, where on George Ball Court, after one half of play, it's all knotted up at 43 apiece between the Whitman Blues and the Belhaven Blazers out of Jackson, Mississippi. Taking a look at first half statistics, kind of what we were expecting from the box scores. The Blues are shooting really well from the court, 59.3% overall, 46% from three. On 16 of 27 shooting and 6 of 13 from behind the arc. 5 of 8 from the line for 62.5%. Belhaven has made 16 field goals on 9 more attempts, so they're getting a lot of shots up. 16 for 36, shooting only 44% overall, but 7 of 16 from behind the arc. They are 4 of 5 from the free throw line, and that's where we find ourselves. The rebounding statistics, Belhaven slightly out-rebounding the Blues, 18-15. The Blues still with that impressive assist number, 16 assists on 16 made buckets. Belhaven 11 assists on their 16 buckets, but against 12 turnovers. The Blues with that late action there, committing more turnovers, almost catching up now with 11 turnovers on the half. 7 steals by Belhaven, 6 by the Blues. Looking at some individual performers so far. Leading the way for Belhaven, it's Benjamin Stewart, the senior guard from Madison, Alabama. Stewart's with shooting 15 points, 3 of 5 from behind the arc. Excellent start there for Stewart. 8 points for Braylon Dame, 7 for Dan Robinson, 6 for Christian McGann. On the Whitman side, the leading scorer for the Blues is Mehmet Benner. Benner, 12 points on 4 of 7 from behind the arc. All of his shots have come from 3, and he's hit over 50% of them, so excellent start there for Benner. Behind him, both Lazarevic and Efe Ishik with 7 points. 5 for Elisagare, 4 apiece for Guckberg and Fotu, and then 2 for Bernard Desi, and 2 for Ken Higgins as well. So 43-43 as we are here at halftime. Blues doing a good job with their size advantage, leading the points in the paint battle 20-10. The Blazers with a few more second chance points, 4 second chance points. None for the Blues yet. And we're looking at the rebounding statistics. The Blues with only 1 offensive rebound versus 6 for Belhaven. I'd like to see the Blues clean that up, maybe get some more looks on their on any of their missed shots. Bench points for the Blues, 21 bench points. Obviously, a lot of that attributable to Benner. Coming off the bench and with the hot hand, and really nice work by him. So we're going to take another break, and we'll be back with you in just a few minutes And we will get ready for the second half of play. So thanks for tuning in. Blues 43, Blazers 43. Welcome back to the Sherwood Center for tonight's men's basketball game between the Whitman Blues and the Belhaven Blazers. We're all knotted up at 43 apiece after one half of play. Taking a look at some more of the first half statistics. Looking at minutes played, pretty good distribution for all of the Whitman players, all 8 Whitman players who saw action in the first half, all but one really with double-digit minutes. Ken Higgins just shy of 10 minutes played. The leading minutes played by Georgi Lazarevic, over 17 minutes, who did not start, but once he came in, I don't think he ever sat down again. Ale F.A. Ishik right behind him with over 16 and a half minutes of play. For the Blazers, very much concentrated on their starting lineups. Nobody else with double-digit minutes. But they did play 12 players in that first half, so giving some shorter breaks with the relentless pace at which they play and that full-court press they're running was definitely helpful for them to be able to cycle some players in and out and give some players on their lineup a break. Leading them, Dan Robinson, number 2, the junior guard from Milwaukee, leading the way with 15 minutes played. Again, looking for Whitman to continue their hot shooting. If they can keep that up and cleaning up the turnovers a little bit, I think will be a big key for Whitman. The best periods, of course, were when Whitman wasn't turning the ball over. You could tell there at that last media timeout there before the end of the half when Whitman was up and was leading the turnover battle 12-7. Now here at halftime, it's 12-11. They turn the ball over 4 times, and they blow their lead going into the half. So you can really see the correlation there. It kind of goes without saying. Correlation between taking care of the ball and positive outcome on the scoreboard. So, all right, we'll take one more break here, and then we'll be back here in just a few minutes for the second half of play at the Sherwood Center. Whitman 43, Belhaven 43. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Sherwood Center. We're here on George Ball Court. It's all knotted up at halftime, 43-43 between the Whitman Blues and the Belhaven Blazers. Tonight's game is being brought to you by Flow College, the essential destination for college conference partners in Division I, II, and III, which packages live event streams and rich editorial content into one accessible product. It is the leader in streaming for Division II and III sports and the number one provider of women's sports at these levels, with more than 9,000 games slated for the 2025-2026 season. With Flow College, subscribers have the most comprehensive and personalized access to select college conferences, schools, and teams across all leading web, mobile, and connected TV applications. I'm Jake Ratulis. Welcome back. If you've watched Whitman volleyball this season, maybe you recognize my voice. I'm filling in for the inimitable Jimmy Hill tonight. I was raised in the state of Indiana, so the sport comes a little more naturally to me. As we're ready to start play here in the second half, Blazers will start with possession. Back onto the court for the Blues starting this first half will be George Lazarevic, Jacob Fotu, Mehmet Benner, Sarp Gukberg, and Ale Efeishik. Blazers. Robinson dribbling up top. He's continuing. He kicks it to Dame. Robinson dribbles left side. Back up top. Dame will shoot three from the top of the key. It's off left. Nicely rebounded there in the lane. Deep in the lane by Christian McGahan. Back up top to Robinson. Nice fake. He dribbles to the elbow. And it's kicked out to Dame for another three attempt. This one goes. And it's 46-43. Blues facing that Blazer press again. Ali dribbles the light trap. It gets it across the floor to Benner. Benner with just a lazy pass right as the defender's coming in. That's a tough turnover, but the Blazers give it right back as McGahan loses control. Dribbles off his knee out of bounds. Coach LaManna takes a quick timeout. Didn't like the way that second half started here, and he wants to talk about it. They're going to stretch this into a full timeout, I believe, although Coach called the 30. We want to give our thanks to the W Club for its support of Whitman student athletes and athletics programs. The W Club exists to enhance excellence in varsity athletics and the student-athlete experience, as well as help fund assistant coaches, international travel, and operating expenses. Head over to www.whitmanblues.com to make a donation or to become a W Club member. I am a W Club member. My wife is a past president of the W Club board, so it is an excellent organization, does a lot to support the Whitman athletics programs and all of the excellent experiences for student athletes here at Whitman. 46-43, Blazers with a 3-point lead here out of the gate in the second half, less than a minute down. And Coach LaManna didn't like something he saw there in the first few seconds, so quick timeout. Deliver the messages to his team and Bernard Desi is subbing in for Jacob Fotu here as we come back onto the court. I may have faulted Benner for that turnover there by the Blues. I think it may have been as much that Fotu wasn't looking for the ball. In any case, turnover went to the Blues, and no harm was done as the Blazers turned it right back over. The Blues will look to clean things up here and get a good look at the bucket on this possession as Efeishik will inbound to Benner. Deep in the corner, avoids the trap, back to Ali. Gukberg looks to pass cross court, and that one is picked off by Neil Terry. He drops it off to McGahan, who puts it off the glass and in. Not what Coach LaManna wanted to see off that timeout as another turnover. Lazarevic back to Efeishik, back to Lazarevic. The Blues really not doing their best against the press here, but Eshik dribbles down right side. Lucky to not get called for a travel there. He kicks it back out to Gukberg. Ali at the top of the key. A few dribbles, kicks it to Bennett for another three. Mehmet Benner. I'm confusing my consonants, I apologize. And it's off the mark and back to the Blazers. Three for McGahan is short. I think maybe got a piece of that. But the Blazers control the rebound. Robinson up top. Kicks to Dame, back to Robinson. Now Dame down in the corner to Stewart. Stewart back to Dame. And they'll set up top one more time. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Blues need to be aware of that. Robinson shoots for three, tries to, and the ref gives him the call. They call a shooting foul on Mehmet Benner as Robinson shooting the three with the shot clock expiring. May have been a nice sales job there done by the Blazers, but in any case, Robinson will go to the line with 3 free throw attempts, and the Blazers already up 5 here in the second half. Blues yet to put a point on the board 2 minutes in. Robinson hits the first, he'll have 2 more. Highs the second. And that's good as well. It's 50-43. We'll see Marcel Elisagare check in for the Blues. And Cam Beverly was in for the Blazers on that as Robinson hits the third. And the Blues will take it out of bounds, down 8 now. Ali struggling to find a target, but gets it inbounds. He'll get it back and across the court there to Guckberg. He holds up in front of the timeline. 3 seconds left to get it over, which they do. Marcel makes himself available there. And he'll get the ball high left shoulder. He holds, gets to Ali. Ali dribbling to the top, kicks it right to Georgie. Little kick there. Desi goes to the floor. Nice hustle by Bernard. Back to Georgie. Barely grazes the rim on that 3 attempt, and it's a rebound off to the Blazers. They dribble across the court quickly as Ben Stewart drives the lane. They're going to call a kick, I believe. Yeah, kick ball deflected out of bounds. Everything will stay 24 seconds on the shot clock. Blazers inbound underneath. See Xavier Santana checking in. He'll give Sarb Guckberg a break. First minutes for Santana this game. Robinson will trigger the inbound for the Blazers. He gets it into Neil Terry. Terry posting up against Bernard. He gets it back to Robinson. Left wing, he'll shoot the long 2, and it's good. Fall away, tough jump shot there by Dan Robinson, but he knocks it down. Ali again struggling to inbound it, but he finds Georgie. Georgie to Xavier. Ali down the lane, right side. Good offensive board by Bernard, who draws the foul by Neil Terry on the putback attempt, and Bernard will go to the line for 2 free throws. Nice work there by Bernard down low to pull down that offensive board and go strong up to the hoop. 43-53 here. The Blazers by 10. Blues needing to get on the board in the second half. Bernard looks to do that from the line. The first one is off the back iron and no good. He'll have one more. Ken Higgins is back in for the Blues. Elisagare will get a break. As Desi eyes free throw number 2. Bernard strong off the back of the rim with that one too, and the rebound is off to the Blazers. Up the court fast. They center DJ Jones now at the top of the key. He dribbles, but cut off by Xavier. Sit right side. Another long 2 by Dan Robinson. That rebound comes off to Cam Beverly, and it's back to Robinson, but he loses control of it, and Ali controls for the Blues. Ali dribbling up the floor. Long pass to Ken Higgins, who finds Bernard driving to the left side, and he puts it down off the glass. Good control there by Bernard to not pick up the charge and to score the bucket. 53-45 now, Blues trailing by 8. Fast ball movement by the Blazers. They're going to call a foul on, I believe it's going to be called on Bernard on the drive by Benjamin Stewart. Yeah, Bernard Desi picks up his 3rd foul of the game. And Benjamin Stewart, 6'3" senior out of Madison, Alabama, will go to the line for the Blazers. 53-45. Blazers by 8. Shooting 2 free throws. First one drops. 2 subs for the Blazers. Charleston Wallace and Zion Owens into the game, giving Robinson and Beverly a rest. As Stewart will have one more. And he nails that one too. He'll also get a break as Hayes Regard will sub in for the Blazers. Fresh legs in for Belhaven. Georgie triggering the inbound this time. He gets it into Bernard. Bernard catches a streaking Ken Higgins, but his pocket gets slightly picked by Zion Owens, but Owens unable to control the deflection. It's out of bounds to the Blues under their own bucket. And we've got a timeout called by the Belhaven coach. Coach Roberts saw something. He wants to talk it over. And this is a 30-second. It'll be stretched into a full timeout. So we'll take a break and be back in just a minute. Welcome back to the Sherwood Center here on the campus of Whitman College for men's basketball between the Whitman Blues and the Belhaven Blazers. 4 minutes into the second half here. The Blazers have stretched things out here to a 10-point lead, 55-45. Blues only able to put 2 points on the board so far here in the second half of play. And Coach Lamanna making his feelings on that situation known there to his huddle during the timeout. So Blues have got to get their act together and get things rolling in half number 2. 12-2 lead by the Blazers here in the second act of play. As the huddles will break, teams will come back onto the court. We're going to review something here. All 3 officials are huddled around the laptop here. There was a challenge or a question by the Belhaven coach as to who the ball was last touched by on that out of bounds. I wasn't sure we could do instant replay reviews here, but maybe we can. The refs will continue to huddle up to assess the call. Ordinarily wouldn't like to see this interruption in the rhythm of play, but as Whitman hasn't shown much in the way of rhythm so far in half number 2, I think they're probably okay with it. It looks like they're maybe reversing their call. Yep, they're going to reverse the call, and they're going to say it was out of bounds off the Blues, and it's Belhaven ball. Blues back on defense now, 10-point trailers, 55-45. See a little light man-to-man pressure here by Xavier Santana. A little bit of trapping action here. Santana with the quick hands gets the turnover, but he loses control. And it's right back to Belhaven. Good hustle there by Santana, just unable to control the dribble. And we'll see a little more zone press here from the Blues. Ken Higgins draws the ticky-tack foul as the Belhaven player dribbles past him. It'll be out of bounds on the side. That's 2 fouls on Higgins. Desi back to a little light man-to-man press now. Quick dribble by Zion Owens up the court. He loses it, but it goes through Desi's legs. Belhaven keeps control. Pass to the wide open wing. And they're going to get another foul on Bernard as Charleston Wallace got him off his feet. Didn't keep his verticality, and he picks up the shooting foul. That's 4 on Bernard. And Charleston Wallace will go to the line for the Blazers. 6'3" junior from Amory, Mississippi, with 2 free throws coming. He drains the first, and it's an 11-point lead now. Fotu returns to the lineup for Whitman. Desi will get a break with those 4 fouls. And Jacobs likely to see a lot of minutes here in the second half now with the foul trouble on Bernard. Second free throw is good for Belhaven. And Georgie now bringing the ball inbounds. It smacks off Jacobs' chest. It's turned directly over to Christian McGahan, who lays it in for the bucket. It's a 14-point game, and now an immediate turnover back to the Blues, or back to the Blazers by the Blues. Sloppy pass from Lazarevic to Ken Higgins, out of his reach. And these are the kind of sequences that just make a coach's head explode. You're going to see Lazarevic and Higgins both get a break as Benner and Guckberg will come back in for the Blues. Dribbles to the lane, DJ Jones, and it wedges between the rim and the board. And it will be side out to Whitman on the alternating possession. Blues trailing by 14 now, 45-59. Only 2 points in just under 5 minutes of play for Whitman. Really looking to get things rolling a little bit better here in half number 2. The inbound to Xavier Santana. He passes off to Guckberg. Guckberg back to F.A. Ishik. F.A. Ishik bailed out by a foul there on Charleston Wallace. Could have been a turnover for the Blues, but the ref sees some contact there, and it's going to be out of bounds on the sideline to the Blues. Ali will trigger it inbounds to Fotu, just left at the top of the key. He hands it off to Benner. Santana with the nice shot fake. The little shovel pass to Jacob Fotu for the easy deuce. Really nice sequence there for the Blues. Nice drive by Santana and smart choice to pass the ball. Good hustle by Xavier Santana there. He's the last one to touch it, but Coach Lamanna loves the hustle. Blazers are going to do a little hockey line substitution here before this inbound, as we'll see most of the starters now returning for the Blazers. Charleston Wallace triggers it to Dan Robinson in the backcourt. Robinson dribbling up against Benner. Benner doing a nice job to stay on Dan Robinson, but Robinson drives to the right side. Rebound by Neil Terry. Unable to control, he kicks it out. That pass caught Dame in the face, and it's turned over to the Blues. F.A. Ishik, pass to Benner. Benner gets it up court to Fotu. Okay. Blues settle things down a little bit, try to run their offense. Fotu to F.A. Ishik on the right shoulder. He's looking for Jacob, but he passes the ball out of his reach. And that's another turnover by the Blues. Ay. Tough sledding right now for Whitman as Belhaven inbounds the ball. Still leading by 12. Long 2 by Robinson, but the offensive board by Braylon Dame. And the Blazers will have another chance at it. Surprised we didn't get a foul call there as Benjamin Stewart lost control on the way up. Oh, and a wide open Charleston Wallace there on the back door. Xavier Santana streaks but is unable to turn it into a fast break. He'll pull it up and set up the offense. Fotu doubled in the corner there. One dribble, and then he kicks it to Benner on the right wing. Benner up top. Whitman swings the ball. See Benner dribble and kick out to Xavier Santana for 3. Short off the iron, and the rebound comes to Charleston Wallace of Belhaven. They'll bring it up the court fast. The kick out to Benjamin Stewart for three, and nothing but the bottom of the net. It's a 17-point lead now for the Belhaven Blazers. 64-47. Benner long pass to Guckberg. He'll take two dribbles and then pull up. Setting up, then he drives again. Pass to Fotu in the lane, but Fotu short arms it off the front of the rim, and it's back to Belhaven. One and done for the Blues. Robinson looks left side, couple crossover dribbles, and goes right around F.A. Ishik. He goes down hard to the floor, but kicks out to Benjamin Stewart for another three, and it's a 20-point lead. The Blues are getting pasted in their own gym. The double team trap. Benner is able to throw it off of the Belhaven player's legs and maintain possession, but only 7 seconds left to get it off the court. Coach Lamanna takes a timeout and desperately needs to talk over the momentum that Whitman is seeing in the second half, which is to say none. That'll be a full timeout for the Blues, and we'll be back to talk about it in just a minute. 67-47, Blues trail by 20. Welcome back to the Sherwood Center, where the Belhaven Blazers have blazed out to a huge second half lead, 67-47, as they're winning the second half 24-4 in the first 7 minutes and 19 seconds of play. Blues just unable to do anything right now. 0 for 3 from 3, 2 for 7 from the field. They've taken half as many shots in the second half as Belhaven. Belhaven 7 of 14 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, and 7 of 7 from the line. So Blues really need to get this turned around fast. Benner is unable to get it inbounds, throws it off the legs of Christian McGahan for a new 5-second opportunity here to inbound on deep in the corner. Blues just stymied by this Belhaven press. Finally, Xavier Santana breaks free, and he lays in the wide open fast break left-hander. Much needed little spark there for the Blues. Belhaven sets up their offense. Good energy there by Santana. Benner really lucky to not get called for a foul on that one. We also have a new face, Drew Flynn, 6'6" sophomore from Woodinville, Washington, in the game now for the Blues. That shot by Benner is rejected. Oh, excuse me. Nope. That's number 8 in the game. No. Who is that? That's a 0. Sorry, that's Aiden Roush. I should have recognized Aiden, but I think he got a haircut. Aiden Roush in the game now for the Blues, as well as Drew Flynn. So some new faces. Coach Lamanna obviously looking to. Also number 11 in Duke Gordon, 6'2" sophomore from Park City, Utah, in for the Blues. So Coach Lamanna giving other faces a chance to make some things right here in the second half of play. Right side to Santana, back up top to Benner. He'll dribble, kick to Santana, the long three on the way, and it's good. The lefty drains that from the right shoulder, much needed. It's a 17-point trail now for the Blues as Belhaven sets up their offense against this mostly new Blues lineup. Good hustle there, Aiden Roush with the steal, but he's on the sideline, and the ball will stay with Belhaven. Good energy by the Whitman subs here early. And we're going to reach another media timeout, the under-12 media timeout. Coach will get a chance to talk about it again, and we'll be back in just a minute. Welcome back to the Sherwood Center, where it is Belhaven Blazers 69, Whitman Blues 52. After being all knotted up at halftime, the Blues off to a very sluggish start here in the second half of play. And Belhaven having their way early on, a 26-9 second half thus far. We just saw a lot of subs from first-time players into the game here for the Blues. Coach Lamanna wanting some fresh energy. And we've seen some good spark. Good fast break bucket by Xavier Santana, followed by a wide open three, and then a good hustled defensive play there by Aiden Roush. So the Blues looking to regain some footing here in half number 2 of play. Blazers will have the ball out of bounds deep in their own corner. It's the Blues set up in their man-to-man defense. Inbound to Robinson. He'll dribble right side. He slips and is called for the travel. Do a little mop up here. I'm sure Robinson wishes they'd done that a few seconds ago, but ball turned over to the Blues, and they'll have an opportunity to skinny up this lead a little bit more. Mehmet Benner will inbound for the Blues, 6 foot redshirt sophomore from Ankara, Turkey. Good handoff there to Duke Gordon. He brings it up. The behind-the-back dribble goes to the bucket with the right hand. Can't quite get it. And as Drew Flynn goes up for the rebound, they're going to call a foul on Hayes Regard of Belhaven. And the Blues will retain. Oh, they're going to call the foul on the shot. They're calling the foul on the shot by Duke Gordon. So Duke going to go to the line with a couple of free throw attempts. Gordon eyes the first attempt, and it's good. 69-53. 3 subs for the Blazers. Wallace, Owens, and Stewart returning. As Gordon will eye his second free throw, trying to cut it to 15. And he does. Nice work there by Duke Gordon. Blues in a little swarming 2-3 zone here. A lot of shifting man-to-man, actually, excuse me. Oh, a little offensive rebound falls into the hand of Braylon Dame and puts it up for 2. Blues lucky on that one. But Duke Gordon controls the inbound pass, but it's stolen right back by the Blazers, and they have a fast break opportunity. Gordon's going to be called for the foul on the layup attempt there. It was close, very close to clean, but the Blazer player does a good job of selling it. And it's Zion Owens, the 5'11 senior from Memphis, will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws for the Blazers. (71-54), Blazers by 17. Owens misses the first off the back iron. He'll have one more attempt. That's the first missed free throw by Belhaven in the second half. Misses them both. Blues pull it down. The quick outlet to Drew Flynn, who gets it left wing to Aiden Roush, who drives to the bucket with the left hand and lays it in. Good energy here by the Whitman subs. Drew Flynn back down to defend. Excellent defense by Gordon, but they're going to call that goaltending. Coach Lamanna likes the energy, and I'm not sure of the call, but excellent elevation there by Duke Gordon, the 6'2 sophomore from Park City, was in the air. 73-56. Whitman will trigger the inbound on the baseline. Pass attempted into Drew Flynn, but it's knocked out of bounds by Robinson. Whitman will have it again. Benner ties his shoe. Now he'll inbound the ball. He's got to be careful. He just traveled. He just a loss of concentration there. It was no longer an after the bucket inbounds, and he's not allowed to run the baseline. Travel turns it over to the Blazers. Robinson will trigger the inbound over the head of Flynn. Christian McGann trying to drive it against Drew, but unable to. He pitches it back to Robinson. Robinson against Benner, unable to drive past him. Xavier Gordon, nice defense. They're going to call a foul on Xavier Santana. A little bit of a grab there on the drive-by. And the Blazers will inbound under the bucket once more. Into Ben Stewart. Stewart back to Robinson. He fakes and drives, looks to get the pass in. They call that out of bounds off Duke Gordon. Duke doesn't like the call, but ball will stay one more time with Belhaven. 15 seconds left on the shot clock now. As Robinson will trigger it in again. Into Robinson Stewart one more time. Stewart out deep. Defended by Roush. Now Robinson drive, double team there by Drew Flynn. Flynn with the help again. That is a really tough foul call on Drew Flynn. That is a really unfortunate call as he was standing there and Robinson just ran right into him. They're not calling it a shooting foul, but it is 7 fouls on the Blues. And the Belhaven Blazers will go to the line. I have a lot of questions about that call, but that's about all I'm going to say as the announcer here. That's a tough one for any player to swallow. I feel for Drew Flynn on this. But Belhaven will get 1 and 1. First one's good. Cam Beverly hits that one. 6'5" junior from Jackson, Mississippi. And he'll get one more. 74-56. Blazers by 18 with exactly 10 minutes left in the match. Beverly eyes the second. And it's short off the front rim, and Aiden Roush pulls down the board for the Blues. Santana finds Drew Flynn. Flynn gets it to Roush. Roush gets it across the timeline. Good work by the Blues there to break the press that time. Santana drives hard to the left. He kicks it to Gordon, but Gordon unable to drop the three. And the long bomb to Robinson, who tries the little shovel pass to Cam Beverly, unable to control, and it's out of bounds back to Whitman. Oh, they're saying it was deflected by the Blues. I have more questions, but Belhaven will keep the ball, and they'll be inbounding. Robinson again to trigger from the deep corner under the Belhaven bucket. The big lob to Neil Terry at the top of the key. He'll take one dribble and give it back to Robinson. Robinson working hard against Luke Johnson now in the game for the Blues. Johnson doing a great job defending, keeping his feet moving, defending with the feet, keeping himself in front of it. But Robinson gets open for the long three, and it's a 21-point lead now for the Blazers. Blues inbounds. Too much time standing still. Drew Flynn gets it snatched away by Robinson. Robinson with the lob to Cam Beverly for the dunk. Duke Gordon clearly fouled as he dribbled through the double team, but no call coming. Aiden Roush now dribbles to the right. He'll take a pull-up shot from 8 feet, but doesn't fall, and it's back to Beverly. Excuse me, back to Robinson. That three-point is off for Belhaven. The deflection, unfortunately, comes off Drew Flynn and out of bounds. Ball will stay with Belhaven. (79-56) Blazers as they inbound. Neil Terry dribbles back to Robinson. Terry with the screen. Robinson drives right. He kicks out. Now on the right wing, it's Wallace, but his shot doesn't drop. The save by Belhaven, but collected by the Blues. Luke Johnson brings it across the timeline and dribbles right. Johnson's pass deflected by Robinson, but it'll stay here with Whitman. They'll inbound from the sideline right in front of Coach LaManna. Xavier Santana will pull the trigger for the Blues. Roush fighting for position on the post, but unable to take the pass. Santana dribbles up top. He'll dribble left side, kick out to Aiden Roush for three. And that's good from Aiden. 6'3" senior from Palo Alto drills that open three from the left wing, and the Blazers now set up their offense. Down up 20 still. The Blues not showing any signs of quit here. They're going to call a foul on Aiden Roush, I believe. And after the timeout, the Blues or the Blazers will go to the free throw. Now the foul is called on Xavier Santana. The Blazers will have a 1-and-1 when we come back from this timeout. Blazers 79, Blues 59. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the Sherwood Center at Whitman College for men's basketball between the Whitman Blues and the Belhaven Blazers, where after being tied up at halftime, it's a 20-point lead now for the Blazers here with 7:44 left in the game. Tough second half here for the Blues. Coach LaManna giving lots of players an opportunity there to get things back under control as we come back onto the court. Blues trying to find their shooting eye and trying to clean up the possession. Too many turnovers by Whitman in the second half. As we're back to action, Dan Robinson's got a 1-and-1 here for the Blazers. And he knocks down the first. Back into the game for Whitman, Ken Higgins, Seth Guckberg, and Sarp Guckberg, and Bernard Desi, joining Luke Johnson and Mehmet Benner. Second one's good for Robinson, 81-59, as Benner inbounds to Guckberg. Guckberg out of the trap in the corner. Back to Benner. Looking around the trap again, and that pass unfortunately sails over the head of Luke Johnson, and it goes right back to the Blazers. Another turnover for the Blues. Just tough sledding. Robinson dribbles across the timeline for Belhaven. Circled up top. Neil Terry puts the head down, tries to drive. He kicks out to the left wing. The three is in and out for DJ Jones, and Bernard Desi pulls down the board. Blues up the court quickly now. Benner forced to pull up on that three. Ooh, good save there by Sarp Guckberg. He'll dribble right side and set things up again. Whitman working around the perimeter, unable to get it in. Long three for Luke Johnson. Makes no contact with anything, and it's out of bounds to the Blazers. 81-59. Inbounds to Robinson. He'll dribble up again. Fast to the hole. Good hands there by Ken Higgins, who makes the steal. But unfortunately, it's stolen right back by Robinson, who falls to the floor. And a slow whistle call by the ref, calling the foul on Mehmet Benner. Ref realized he had to make a call as Robinson fell to the floor with the ball, Probably should have been called a travel, but they give the Belhaven players the opportunity to shoot more free throws. Robinson back to the line, shooting 1-1. It's the 9th team foul on Whitman. First one's good. 82-59. Robinson will have one more. He eyes it. And it's off the back rim, no good. Deflected high in the air, and Robinson controls the rebound, and he'll have yet another opportunity. Bernard shuts down the drive, and he kicks out right wing to Braylon Dame, who airballs it, but it's collected on the left wing by Charleston Wallace. He drives to the hole and puts it up short off the rim, and Ken Higgins skies for the rebound for Whitman. Ken dribbles to the corner, gets trapped, but he's able to get the ball free to Bernard Dessy. Bernard not on the same page with Luke Johnson, and it's another turnover by Whitman. Just tough sledding for the Blues here. Xavier Santana back into the game for Whitman as Belhaven brings the ball up the court again. Left wing, 3 up for DJ Jones off the rim. Rebound eventually collected by Desi. And we've got an outlet pass to Ken Higgins. Ken driving to the hole. He gets Robinson off his feet, but misses the bunny, gets another chance at it and draws the foul. Foul on Charleston Wallace will send Ken Higgins to the line for 2 free throw attempts. Higgins eyes the first. Off the front rim, doesn't fall through. Gordon back in for the Blues. Guckberg will sit down as Ken eyes his second free throw. That's off the back rim, overcorrection there, and Higgins unable to convert on either of those, and Belhaven back on offense. Robinson slows it down a little, dribbles up top. Misses a wide open cut by Dame there. Dribbles right side against Desi, gets Desi off his feet. In the post to Neil Terry, unable to control it, and Duke Gordon skies for the rebound there. But that pass by Santana turns it right back over to Belhaven. And then the foul by Luke Johnson, and it will send Belhaven back to the stripe, up 23 points. They'll be shooting 2 now. Benjamin Stewart shooting 2 free throws now for Belhaven. Lefty puts that one through. Aiden Roush coming back in. Ken Higgins taking a break. Stewart lines up his second. It's also good, nothing but net. And it's 84-59, 25-point lead for Belhaven. Gordon to Desi. Desi to Johnson. Johnson to Xavier Santana off the back rim, but it's collected by the Blues. Duke Gordon airballs that 3. But Luke Johnson's there on the weak side for the rebound and putback. Good hustle there by Johnson. Johnson picked off on the screen. Oh, nice pass there. Dan Robinson finds Neil Terry, but Terry unable to convert. Good hustle there by Duke Gordon. And they're going to call a foul on Belhaven on that one. Thank goodness. Neil Terry gets called for the foul, and it'll be Whitman ball under the bucket. Santana needs to remember this is not off a made bucket. It's off a foul. He does not get to run the baseline. Inbound to Roush. Back to Xavier. Xavier down the court to Gordon. Gordon with the attempted pass to Desi, but it's kicked by the Belhaven defender, and Whitman will retain possession under their own bucket. Couple of subs for Belhaven. McGahan and Charleston Wallace return to the game. And Julian Witt, 6'4" sophomore from Nevada City, California, will make his first appearance in the game, subbing in for Luke Johnson. And Witt will be the one to trigger the inbounds here for the Blues. Tries to get it to Desi in the post, but it's deflected and stolen away by Belhaven. Belhaven goes hard to the bucket. They're going to call just out of bounds. It's like Robinson goes down hard again. Coach Roberts wants a foul call on that one, but he's not going to get it. Lots of milling about, uncertainty. I think the Belhaven players think a foul was called. Now everybody realizes it's just an out of bounds under the bucket. Dan Robinson will trigger it for the Blazers. Ref whistles it into play. Lob into Christian McGahan. Wide open under the bucket is Brent Benjamin Stewart. Now the Blues back in possession. Bernard Desi with the ball. But now we get it across the timeline to Aiden Roush. Roush drops to Duke Gordon. He'll dribble to the right shoulder. Back up top. Now on the left shoulder. Working around the perimeter, trying to find a seam in the middle. Not there. Kick out to Desi, who will take the long three with the shot clock winding down and draws nothing. It's out of bounds to Belhaven. 86-61 now with 4 minutes and 1 second left to play. Zion Owens comes back into the game for Belhaven, giving Dan Robinson a break. Probably the last action we'll see for Robinson tonight. He's had a whale of a second half. The pass that came right back to Zion Owens. Blazers work the perimeter against the Blues. Owens lowers the head and drives hard to the bucket, but short arms it. And the rebound pulled out of there by Julian Witt for the Blues. Down the court to Aiden Roush. Aiden pulls up, gets it to Bernard Desi with a nice spin move, the shot fake, and he draws the foul on Christian McGahan, and he'll go to the line for 2 shots. Good work by Bernard. He'll have 2 free throws after we get back from the final media timeout. So here at Sherwood Center with 3:31 left, it's Belhaven 86, Whitman 61, and we'll be back in just a minute. Welcome back to the Sherwood Center, where here on George Ball Court, the Belhaven Blazers are leading the Whitman Blues 86-61 after being tied up at halftime. Just a whale of a second half by Belhaven. Bernard Desi, the 6'7" senior from Ghana, will have a chance to narrow the gap with a couple of free throw attempts coming here. Bernard eyes the first and then drops it through. The little arms of joy there from Bernard. Happy to see his free throw go down. And he'll get one more. Hayes Regard back into the game for Belhaven. And it looks like Drew Flynn's going to sub back in for Bernard if he makes this free throw. Bernard hits those 2 and we'll get a break. Drew Flynn will see some more minutes for the Blues as Belhaven inbounds it again. DJ Jones dribbles left shoulder. And back up top to Zion Owens. Owens kicks right. Drive to the bucket. Kick to the lane where DJ Jones is waiting for the easy lay-in. Circles around the rim but falls through. That's awfully close to a travel there by Julian Witt, but whistle not blown. We also have Adam Wolf in the game for the first time for the Blues. And the Blues just unable to get it across the timeline. Turnover on the bad pass. And Belhaven will get it out of bounds on the sideline. Hayes Regard will trigger it in for the Blazers. Up top to Zion Owens. He'll dribble left. Look to drive the lane. Kick out to Hayes Regard. He'll dribble toward the center and look to kick back out. Now to the right shoulder where Cam Beverly drives hard and kicks to Zion Owens for three. Way long, and it's pulled down by Hayes Regard. Thought there was a whistle, but apparently that wasn't a whistle, and the Blues pull down the board. And the tough pass. Excellent hustle there by Drew Flynn. Off the legs of Zion Owens and out of bounds, and the Blues will keep it. Xavier Santana will trigger the inbounds for Whitman here. (88-63). 2 minutes 36 left to play here in the game. Santana into Witt, back to Santana, dribbles out up top. He looks to drive, then kicks. Nice cross-court pass, finds Santana for the long three, and it's good from Xavier Santana. Nice ball movement there by the Blues, the assist to Julian Witt. Belhaven works it around the perimeter, now drives the left side, kicks back out. Now drive right. Loses control but regains it. He passes out to Zion Owens again, back to the top of the key, and they're going to call a timeout. Timeout by the coach. Blazers will take a timeout, talk it over. The minute 59 left in the game. 88-66 is the score. Visit www.whitmanblues.com for all your up-to-date information on Whitman athletics, including current team schedules and student-athlete features. You can also follow Whitman Athletics on X, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Also be sure to head to our official team store for your favorite Whitman Athletics gear and accessories. Holiday sales await, so shop now. Head over to www.whitmanathletics.com, click on the store link, and start shopping. Once again, that's what's on my read blurb. I'm not sure that whitmanathletics.com is the URL, but if it is, then great. If that doesn't work, go to whitmanblues.com. And just a reminder, the Blues are back in action at home here next Saturday, December 13th, against crosstown foe Walla Walla University. Game will tip at 5 p.m. You can visit whitmanblues.com for viewing options there. Also catch the Whitman women's basketball team on the road twice this week, Wednesday and Thursday night. And again, go to whitmanblues.com for streaming options for those games. Just a tough statistical second half for the Blues, shooting 8 of 21 from the field, 3 of 11 from behind the arc, 4 of 8 from the free throw line. Still somehow shooting 50% for the game from the field and 37.5% behind the line, but that's a fall off from half number one. So certainly the turnovers, 27 turnovers on the game now for Whitman. That's tough to overcome. Belhaven triggers the ball inbounds. Good alert steal by Santana, who lays it in with the left hand on the break. Several subs in here for Belhaven in the late action. We're seeing, I think, Ryan Tillman dribble the ball up, and they're going to call a foul on Xavier Santana. Also into the game, Justice Smith, 6'2 sophomore from Gulf Shores, Alabama. And who else came into the game? I think everybody else in the game. 15, Avery Richards. I'm not sure we've seen him before. We saw him briefly in the first half. 15, a 6'4 senior from Jackson, Mississippi. Second free throw is good for Belhaven, and Blues inbound under the bucket. Santana has it in the corner where he's trapped, but he gets out of it. Pass to Julian Witt. Left side to Adam Wolf. Wolf drives, throws up the shot, unable to collect it, but good rebound by Campbell Horning into the game now for the Blues. And he's fouled and will go to the stripe. Horning, 6'4", first year out of Boulder, Colorado, seeing his first minutes. Also in for the first time, Zaid Osman, a 6'8", first year from Boothbay Harbor, Maine. So some good opportunity for young players to get some minutes here as Horning eyes the free throw and puts it straight through. Tickle in the net. It was a fine-looking free throw for Horning. He'll take a second. Eyes it. Once again, nothing but net. Outstanding free throws there from Campbell Horning. Blues now with a little man-to-man press. Excellent hustle there by Adam Wolf for the Blues with the steal. He goes to the bucket. He draws the foul. Hayes Regard fouls him, and Adam Wolf will go to the line. 6'4" junior from Portland, Oregon will shoot a couple free throws late in the action for the Blues. The outcome is decided, but always good to see the hustle continue. Wolf with the quick motion, but equally effective to Horning, and he puts it through for the third straight free throw for the Blues. He'll line up a second one. One dribble and up. Short arms that one off the front rim, but good hustle there by Campbell Horning to pull down the board. Santana will dribble it out up top, set things up for the offense. Into the left shoulder, back up top. It's through the hands of Xavier Santana and stolen away by Zion Owens, who lays it in. That was a tough break there for Santana. Inbound comes to Julian Witt. He gets it to Adam Wolf and across the timeline to Zaid Osman. He goes to the bucket. Ball knocked away. It'll stay Whitman ball inbounding under their own basket. Good hustle there by Osman. Santana will trigger it in for the Blues. He looks for the cutting Witt on the left shoulder, who launches the three. Osman hustles for the board, tries to throw it off of a Belhaven player, but unsuccessful, and Belhaven maintains control, brings it down the court. Owens dribbles left side into the lane. He'll kick out to Justice Smith. Smith will kick it back to Owens. Owens drives against Osman, up top for the long two. And the good rebound there by Julian Witt, who outlets it to Xavier Santana. Wisely slows it up a little, but gets the easy lay-in deuce. Nice work there by Santana. 92-73 as the last seconds here tick away, and it looks like Belhaven will just dribble out the clock. And that'll be the final score. Blazers 92, Blues 73. The Blues will fall to 3-5 overall here after a tough second half of play for Whitman. Coaches shake hands, and teams will line up to shake hands as well. So that's the game here from tonight here at the Sherwood Center. The Blues fall hard in that second half, unfortunately, after being all knotted up at halftime. Just couldn't keep up with the frantic pace of the Blazers. We'll take a look at final game statistics here after just a minute. We'll be back after this. Okay, no final statistics forthcoming here, so we will call it an evening here from the Sherwood Center. Blues fall 92-73 against the Belhaven Blazers. Blues back in action next Saturday night, and I will be back with you to provide the call. I'm Jake Ratulis. Thanks for tuning in. Go Blues. I'm going to go home and watch Indiana, Ohio State, and hopefully watch my Hoosiers take down the Buckeyes. But it's been a pleasure to be here with you tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Go Blues, and we'll see you next week.